Okay. Black and red striped jasper creature. Oh, pulled it right out. We are not grabbing big old rocks like this first thing. But we'll set it there like that. There are so many agates here, I'm hoping to go out and hit the chalcedony beds beyond the end of all this. Beyond the end. We're already out beyond the sidewalks, we're beyond the pavement, and now we find the wild. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go for a second. And I'll be back with you in a moment. Gosh, it's a really cool material. Look at that. It's either a jasper or a really salacious rhyolite. It is very heavy, very glossy. And yeah, look at the stripes in that material. It's crazy. They go all the way through. There they are on all sides. Just this side, it's more freshly broken in its history. It reveals the colors. Way nicer. And yeah, that's a high gloss. Same level of silicate it's looking like as a jasper or a chert. But just, whoa. Candy striping. Ooh. Yeah, it is sweet. Sweet. You see the staining of that? It's like a pink. Oh. I have to take you over to the water and show you this, but look at that agate. That is a beautiful example of a crevice agate from this canyon. Boom. Oh, okay, let me take this to the water. Here's this one wet. Here's the contrast to the blue chalcedonies in there. And then the pink staining of the whole thing. Ooh. Look at that. That is nice. Porcelains and pinks all in one. All the way around. Did the pluming in there. And the fortifications. It's just, look at that. It's gorgeous. That's why I come out here and look for these. Beautiful agate forms that this chalcedony is formed into. And then this one, with its staining and the edges of each of these little surface zones where it was touching the matrix rocks. Just awesome. Oh, look at that. Awesome. Okay. Boosh. Little teeny tiny crevice agate. Inky dinky. Milky wilky. Ooh, this one's a fun shape and just a lot of, well, you can see what it is. It's got a landscape in it that way, but overall the way the water and erosion shaped it, and then how the stripes got played out because they're on angle. Yeah. Look at that. Dark to lighter, just like mountains or something. Really like that one. You can see the color play and differences there. What do we have? Ooh, piece of bowenite. There's the green of that. So camouflaged in all of the flakier, dry serpentine everywhere. Which is where it occurs, but there's this little lens shape and you can see the color. This camera picks up the color well. Keeper. Look at this crazy thing. The shapes and forces that made that. I was looking at it to see if it was a casting of something, but I don't know. I'm not sure. We have ticks and leeches all over the place here, though, is what we're discovering. Warning, warning. It's wild out here. Here's the little green bladed crystals down in this one. Nice little piece of bone. See if you can tell. Just want to keep showing you guys for the hunters in the local area or in your areas, because this is all around the circle of fire. So I promise you, if you're finding serpentine, you can find this. Here's another piece. This piece has beautiful color to it. Looks like a leopard frog print or something. It is just gorgeous. That's that translucent material, but this has got more aqua to the whole thing. I'll turn it this way so it catches the light. Sends it right back at the camera lens so we get full spectrum. Ooh. That's a nice piece. I'm really happy with that. And then here, in this little pile of where I wanted to show you, this could clean up more. It's got a little bit of mud and grime on it, but you see that orange and white stripe going through there. The agate veining, and when these polish up, they look so beautiful. There's like a little orange and red stripe going through the darker material. Oh, look at that green with that. Oh, look at this last little puddle in this whole thing. Look how many tiny little fish are in it. That's kind of a sad detail, but don't worry. Nature will come along. A little bird will land here and just feast. Or the rains will come and they'll swim out of this little channel. Let me show you what I just found. I think that this is our find of the day in the jasper realm. Do you see the green and the pink of the whole thing? So the green is crazy moss colored stuff all through it. Then we have our Kelseyville agate colors. They have a lot of the orange and chalcedony mix out there. It gives you those sort of infills with all the orange highlighting. But then look at the green mossiness in between. Ooh. And the flow of like a leaf coming out to like the infills, the quartz crystal pockets with the orange all around it. That is a nice material right there, I would say. And then look at the true moss down in here. Just all through it. All through it. And that's just that side, but look at that side. Ooh. You see, it's just all the same material, just a solid slab. There's where those agate veins come through it all. Big chunk of material, and yes, we are hauling that for sure. Ooh, nice. And this, we're sitting there. This is a crazy, like pseudomorph type of agate. So I think that it was first chalcedony and then got infiltrated by a calcite, is what a lot of them around here are. But the patterns down in there are fairly intense still. There's a lot of blades that formed, calcite-like blades. That's one of the telltales of it, is it, as the infiltration occurred, it got the blading, I think. That's just my theory. But yeah, there are some crazy swirls in that material. Next little piece of chalcedony here. Technically a crevice agate. You can see the druze of the inside and then the different layering to its outside, giving it the agate name in its banding. Here's the fine detail of it. Ghost banding all through it. And then the outside is where it's setting into the earth, but these come from a really soft stone around here, so They fill in the crevice and then the stone washes away. These are the white lines that you see in the rocks when you're driving by in the hillsides. Some of them are these agates. And then those hillsides cave away into the rivers, and the rivers wash away all the other rock except for these crystal parts. Nice little burgundy landscape tuff there. And then this piece of bonite that I brought down to get wet. You can see its color and its virtue from here. It's just insanely beautiful. And I promise you it'll be translucent and gorgeous. Nice stuff. I already dumped water on it. Look at the patterning in this deep burgundy jasper. It's like a massive version of a plume. Somehow or other it ended up patterning itself almost identical on both sides. It's just a slab of the material. Nice pinks. Again, it's got the oranges at the edge of all the little crevice fills. Any of that material would just look awesome in a tumbler or cabbed up, but yeah, that middle pattern on there is pretty killer. Ooh, another nice jasper. I call this like a confetti. You see Y in here as far as the patterning goes. Lots of different stuff going on. Oh yeah. Keeping that one. Oh, here's our nice little pretty wedge. Oh, look at that. Crystally crevices. We can go ahead and get it wet. Let's pick these three up. A little wedge of chalcedony. Just a little mini. And then another. This is just a layer of the quartz crystals with a little white. There's a coyote barking in the background. You see the white and then the clear crystal giving you the banding. And then the outside's where it touched the other rock, little crevice agate. And then this one, which has some botryoidal druze on the top of it. And side shots there, the layering. Yeah, and it's wet, but it doesn't have much of a sparkle anyways. Big boulder of nice yellow jasper. Swirls and flames to the whole thing. Set this here, and if there is room on the way back, we will get it, but we're going farther and farther out. But yeah, that's the material. You bust that up. I mean, there are veins of micro poppy in there. So yeah, a big gob of stuff, put it here by this other, And then there's this one. You can't tell from the looks of it till you get it wet. But man, it's got a lot going on. It looks like the slopes of Mount Doom climbing up at a mortar. That is crazy. So many fine lines to the whole thing. And the back is like a huge Van Gogh sky or thumbprint or both. God, everybody must have brought home at in the Springs dishes. That is so funny. It's from a resort in a whole different valley, but close by, from a long time ago. That piece, that's big. Put that on a big saw. Open that up and see what else is hiding in there, or leave it as it is. Oh man, nice. For sure. Ooh, that's a little jasper. Let me get that wet. That's got that orange. It's an orange with the red jaspers, the burgundy jasper, and then actual orange banding and stuff inside of the chalcedony. Let me get that wet. There. There's that pattern in it. See the wedge of the initial dark material, and then the orange highlighted around it. Then the next wedge, like tip of the diamond or triangle there, and the orange. And then this part of the red just has a highlighted orange all through it. But that stone right there make a nice tumbler, you have to admit. For sure. It's only half as pretty and fun now as it will be. The shine of this piece of little red jasper is crazy. Just high silicate stuff. We'll take that. It's got nice color to it. Wow, look what's right beyond it. That's insane. It's a huge layer of chalcedony. Crystals all grown together. Big clamshell mouth. Look at that. Wow. Those are all crystals growing from either direction. The patterns where it sat against the host rock, and then that was a big crevice that it filled. It's insane. These are some untouched beds, and it's looking really good. I'm glad you guys are here with me on this one. Swallows flying around. Dip this in the water. Show you more of its crystalliness, maybe. See all those crystals growing together like a big mouth. So it would have been a geode kind of until they actually touched. Oh, it still is down in there. There's caverns in the crystals. And there's the pattern of the chalcedony on the host rock. There and there and there. Ugh. Good stuff. Nice chunk of jasper. Very heavy, silicated, stable. I don't know which is the best light to show you the fine colors on that. So reds and burgundies and purples and stripes with little flecks of gold throughout it. There's some good light, that's with it bouncing back at us. There's some nice colors there. It's big, but I think I have to haul it anyways because it's such a nice shape and color. Look at that. A lot of nice landscapes hidden in that one, and textures and tones. There's our next one. Ooh, this one's got some nice purpley staining to it, to the whole thing. See the different layers in there. Ooh. We'll put it in the shade too. But that is purpley pink. Just different layers of crystals all coming together. Nice. It says more milky, but it's got the little white lines going through the whole thing. Yeah, that color. Pretty awesome. Grays, browns. So many different colors of this chert. Franciscan church here. There's a pink. Oh. Clear still, you can't see any algae in it. Nice little fleck of green. Chert. You can see even as it's thin layers, it's flat, sedimentary form. Big old crevice agate right there. Just to start the day. I'll have to get this wet. Let me walk this to the water. Boom. Monster. Kerchunk. Okay, let me get you a wet shot. Ooh, the lines on that are very nice. Nice and clear all the way around. Nice little crystal cavern in there. Some direct light onto it. Very just a white light agate, half a geo type of creature. Ooh, that one's got lots of nice fine patterning in it. And yeah, that was that first one. Nice overall shape and solidness to it. Chunk of green aqua chert. Not to be mistaken with the green jasper. You can see the flat top and bottom on it from its bedding form as a sedimentary rock. No conchoidal fractures because it's high silicate, made of siliceous oozes off the bottom of the ocean floor. And then, let's see, is this little guy? Yeah. Nice little sunset piece of the Wonderscape landscape tuff. Nice piece of bowenite, type of highly compacted crystallized serpentine family that when cut is translucent. See the little translucent lips? Looks like emeralds or jade when you cut it thin enough and put light behind it. There's so much of this beautiful bowenite here of all different grades and shades, but as you see, incredibly just visually green pieces. It's hard not to nab them up until you have a bucket full. Same thing with the perfect little landscape stones. Here's a little, nope, just has like a salt line or a mineral line on it. Another little piece of serpentine, very beautiful and gemmy. Now again, if you know serpentine, this isn't a flaky piece, this is a crystallized nugget of what could be considered probably a bowenite, or, you know, they're called different things in their different localities, but when you cut this it will be translucent and beautiful. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Big old bald eagle right there on top of that rock. This is on my way home. It's pretty cool that he was sitting there right by the lake, looking like that in the sunset. Hey, just wanted to stop and film you. Thank you for being you.